Amidst a spectral hush that seemed to muffle the clamor of the city, the air was charged with a sense of foreboding as Wang Xueping, a woman in her 40s, strode into the Qinyi District Police Station in Taipei. With furrowed brows and tremulous hands, she recounted a tale that spiraled deeper into a dark labyrinth of deceit and malevolence with every twist and turn. Wang, an accountant for a landscaping company, had last heard from her boss, Wang Liwen, 11 days prior when she left for a meeting in Taoyuan. The subsequent silence, punctuated only by the ominous drone of a switched-off phone, gnawed at Wang Xueping's nerves until, frazzled and fearful, she sought the help of the police. In the days that followed, the contours of a sinister plot began to emerge from the shadows. Personal seals, forged certificates, and mysterious phone calls entwined to create a tapestry of suspicion that seemed to wrap its tendrils around Wang Xueping. Each shred of evidence, each unexplained act, seemed to point to a single chilling conclusion: that Wang Xueping had orchestrated her boss's demise to usurp her position and fortune. Despite the mounting circumstantial evidence, the police were caught in a quagmire of doubt and indecision. Arresting Wang Xueping might send an accomplice scurrying into the abyss, and without direct evidence, the case would be as flimsy as a cobweb. So they continued their meticulous scrutiny of CCTV footage, combing through each frame like archaeologists sifting through the sands of time. As the investigation plodded along, the cast of characters expanded to include Liu Zhongxin, owner of a paint shop, and his brother Liu Zhongqi. When the police descended upon Liu Zhongxin's residence-cum-shop, they found it eerily deserted. No sign of Wang, no evidence of struggle, and no trace of blood. The trail seemed to vanish into thin air, and for the next month, the police embarked on a futile game of cat and mouse. In the subsequent interrogations, a narrative as twisted as a gnarled tree began to unfurl. Wang Xueping admitted to knowing Liu and introducing him to Wang Liwen, but vehemently denied any involvement in her disappearance. According to Liu, however, Wang Xueping harbored a deep-seated resentment towards her boss and had even contemplated murder. The plot thickened as Liu recounted the events of October 6th. A plan hatched in the darkness of their souls was set in motion, culminating in a savage attack at Liu's paint shop. The subsequent disposal of the body involved a barrel of strong acid, a clandestine journey along the Huanhe Expressway, and the disposal of incriminating evidence beneath Chengde Bridge. As the duo engaged in a macabre dance of deception, Wang Xueping seized the opportunity to impersonate Wang Liwen and transfer money under the guise of a prepayment for murder. Days later, Liu disposed of the dissolved remains in a canal and filled the barrel with bricks to ensure its descent into the watery depths. Despite their meticulous planning, cracks began to appear in their facade of normalcy. Spurred by mounting anxiety and the prying eyes of the police, Wang Xueping dispatched Liu to China to evade capture. However, the noose tightened as CCTV footage, ATM transactions, and the discovery of the barrels by a local resident converged to form a damning indictment. On February 25, 2000, the day of reckoning arrived. Although Wang Xueping clung to a web of half-truths and denials, the court was unmoved. Her sentence, based on old parole guidelines, rendered her eligible for parole after 15 years, a clemency she eventually received in 2017. Liu, however, remained incarcerated, a prisoner of his own conscience and the walls that confined him. In the aftermath, a hush descended upon the landscape of their lives. Wang Xueping vanished into obscurity, while Liu languished in the cold embrace of his cell. The shadows lengthened, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, the story came to a close, leaving behind only the echoes of deeds done in darkness.